Well, it was close enough. Hey, look at that, everybody. Trying some new stuff, and it almost worked. Almost. But welcome to Making It Up as we go. It's me, Ryan, even though I can't figure out how to get my name to show back up. But it's me. And we got Paul and Sean out there. So how you guys doing this evening?
Good.
Doing great.
Hopefully everybody out there can hear us right now. But yeah, so I was playing around with one of the scenes things that you can do here on EVMux, and came up with this type of a layout so we can talk and be able to see the chat and all that good stuff at the same time. So I figure we give it a go and see what happens. So
I think it's pretty cool.
yeah, it's not so bad. As long as it works. Yeah, I mean, we're not getting a bunch of messages saying, "Hey, nobody can hear you right now." So I'm guessing that we're doing okay. So, Mr. Paul,
Yes.
what have you been working on, sir?
Hey, I live in Michigan and everything's legal in Michigan. So I made a really pretty roach clip. That's not true. This is
Oh, Paul.
this is a bracelet helper I made for my granddaughter, and the way it works is they put it on their wrist like this to hold half of the bracelet. But that's what it looks like, a roach clip. That's the first thing that Sean said. Oh, you made a roach clip. But yeah.
Actually, it's pretty cool
I'm sure
too.
she'll only use it for putting on bracelets.
Oh, I'm sure she is. And this is my granddaughter that showed me that she had fake ID, so I know she'll only use it.
Narc.
She proved to me she had it, and she told me it cost her $70, and
Hey, whatever works.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
But that's all I've been working on.
That's good. Well, so how did you construct that?
It is a kit
holder.
It's a kit that I got from Penn State.
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw my video on fixing my lathe, but
Not
this
yet.
this is what I was going to make when my lathe broke. And it's a relatively easy kit to make. It just it all presses together, and
Sweet.
I think the kit only costs like $4 or $5.
Oh, with everything there?
Then I bought the plastic separate. That's plastic. And I don't know if you can see though. It's like pearl. There you can see.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it came out. I'm happy with it.
That is a really cool dual purpose tool.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. If I'd have made it a little smaller, she could keep it in her purse easier.
Well, yeah, for when she's putting on her bracelet.
Right. Exactly. I'm going to have to point that out to her.
Oh,
good times. Good times. Well, what about you, Sean? Have you been making any paraphernalia? I mean, projects?
innocent on the paraphernalia part, I have to admit. Well, I don't know. I kind of smoked one up a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that.
Yeah. Yeah, you had an interesting go of it, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, found out firsthand what happens. I didn't turn my air valve all the way on.
Yeah.
I was trying to blame the air compressor, but it was just my own human fault, human error.
It happened.
I even got it. This is the best part. It's live. I caught it live.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show how fast something can happen.
Oh yeah.
And people leave their lasers and all that running all the time by itself, and so it's like, what?
No.
You can't. You're playing with like the sun.
You are. You're vaporizing that wood.
Yeah.
And what happens if your airline kinks, or you're like me, don't turn the valve all the way on, or it's it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kilroy saw it. Yeah, the chat was ablaze. My phone was. I mean, it was. You guys, everyone on there was awesome. It's like Dave's putting fire, and my phone's ringing, fire, and it's like by this time I've already caught it, so it's like, oh, I mean, that's what I said. Oh shit, Actually, do you want to see it? I actually got the clip.
Oh yeah, do you have it? You have it up there? Let me.
Oh yeah.
Evidently, my mic is all jacked up too. Hold on a second.
And like you said, it does not take long at all. And my head's in the other machine, and I'm talking, and yeah, it was.
There we go. It should be better now. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, better mic.
Yeah, there we go. I can't tell the difference, but evidently you guys can. Let me go over here.
Oh, there we go. So as you can see, it's this is when it starts. I am cutting 60% power, about 8 millimeters a second. So it's laying down that heat. My head's buried in the other machine. This is on the new OhmTech, and there you go. You can actually see it. It's flaming up, and right now it's catching the plastic elbow on fire. And oh yeah, all live. I mean, I'm not even what 4 feet from it, and I'm just talking away. It's just it's going. That plastic burns good. Oh yeah, Dave's sitting back and he's spraying. He said he's spraying his screen. So yeah, I mean there you can see the hose popped. It's burning and dripping fire. And this is just a matter of seconds. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There isn't, right? That's oh, shit. Ah, so, I mean, it could have been way worse. If I was not in the shop, that could have been way, way worse. Oh, but, yeah, when I didn't say exactly a bad word, but I did say, "Oh, shit."
Yeah. Wow. That's good
So,
times right
yeah,
there.
it does things do happen. They can happen.
Yeah. So, have you had time to get it fixed, or
Oh,
did you have to
I
order
actually had
parts?
it
Or?
fixed before the live stream was over.
Oh, good deal.
So luckily, I had one of those plastic elbows, so I was able to, pop the guts out on one side and press fit the brass didn't, of course, burn or anything, just the
Yeah.
plastic. And yeah, within 30 minutes of the fire, I had it up and going again. I had to re-clean the lens though, but yeah, yeah. These toys we play with are dangerous. They can be. They
Yeah.
can be.
Oh, yeah.
If you use common sense and if you just babysit them, they're pretty
Yep.
good.
Yeah, you just got to keep an eye on it and do the right things with them. That's for sure.
So somebody was suggesting doing clips of fails, and it's like I agree 100% with it. It kind of sucks that they're going to use me for an example, but it is what it is.
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
sure.
nothing you can do about it.
No.
I mean, thankfully though, you were there, so
Yep.
it could have gone real bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I decide to walk inside and watch TV,
Yeah.
not have been good.
Nope. So,
But yeah, that's pretty much how my week's gone. How about you?
you know. Well, it pales in comparison, but I have opened up my Vetric desktop and actually am trying to work on it.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
crazy stuff's going on in 2025. I tell you what. Yeah, trying to work on a project and on with my Vetric stuff, and
Cool.
as I started designing stuff for this, like in like SketchUp and all that, I have an old version of SketchUp, so it does not do well like trying to move it to other programs, but it helps me design stuff anyway. I use it for my work, my real work stuff. But yeah, so I was designing in there, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna start using the VCarve, and I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna try to start figuring this out. This is the project I need to do that with. So yeah, been working on that, and we'll see how that goes.
That's
It's
cool.
it's probably going to go really bad for a little while, but you know,
The learning curve is not really too bad.
yeah. Well, I've only been drawing shapes so far, so we'll see how that goes. I haven't done any of the tool pathing or anything else with it, so it yeah, it'll be all right.
Now, one thing that surprised me with Vetric, and if you notice, like Dave uses it a lot to draw stuff up,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he takes it and puts it into like Lightburn and stuff.
yeah. I've already realized that I do need to upgrade it. Like I said, I have desktop. I don't have the pro. So with desktop, Vetric desktop, you're confined to a 24 by 24 area without tiling, and of course my projects are always bigger than that. I'd originally got it because I got the Bob CNC Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
and it would work for that, for like doing the rotary stuff on it. But I got I don't know that I got intimidated with it, or just didn't feel like messing with trying to learn another program at the time. But now I am. So we're
Awesome.
but now I'm probably just gonna have to bite the bullet and upgrade it to the pro so that I can use the full area of my CNC.
What
So
version do you have?
11 and a half.
11.5.
That's
Yeah.
I think that's up to date or pretty close.
No, it's
12.
12 or
Oh, it's
something
12
like that.
now?
Yeah. So, but
That's
the bed of my CNC, I can do like 4.5 feet. So, the being able to cut 2 feet doesn't really help me out with a lot of my projects. So, I need to bite the bullet and just upgrade it and get it done. But I wish I was going to Workbench Con, because I tried to talk to the Vetric people and tried to talk them into giving me an upgrade, but I can't go to that this year, unfortunately. So, but yeah, stupid work. Yeah,
and you're close to it too. Or you're not that far.
Well, I'm probably 10 hours at least north of Atlanta. So,
closer than I am.
I'd probably, well, one of their thing. The cool thing about where I live, like in general, as far as in traveling,
Mhm.
it's incredibly easy. I live an hour away from 4 major airports. Like, one's up north in Harrisburg. And then I've got the Reagan National, where that the helicopter crash was the other night. That's like right down there in DC. We have Dulles International, and then we also have BWI, which is in Baltimore. So we don't have to. I can go to a whole bunch of airports to travel anywhere I need to.
You can literally shop for your ticket.
Yeah. It's real nice and easy. Yeah, you're not locked down. You can search around and see who's got the best deal out of which one, and go from there. Yeah. But anyway, unfortunately, can't go to WorkbenchCon this year, which I was really, really wanting to, but oh well, it is what it is. So, let's see here. Anyway, so let's get moving here and start yapping about some of these um, some of the videos that are out there. And also, hey, out in the chat, part one, if you wouldn't mind, hit the like button. Really appreciate that. And part two, how do you like this setup that we have going on here with us on the side and being able to show the chat out there? Let us know. Let me know what you think, and maybe we'll change something up if we need to. But so far, I'm kind of digging it. I think it kind of works out. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right there. So, all right. Well, let's get moving here, and we'll see what we got. I think I gotta go back over here. I think to get us moving here. So the first video out there this week is Functional Print Friday. The video came out obviously yesterday on Friday. He was making a gift for a friend of his, and which is I guess the guy gets hangry, so he likes to have snacks around, which I thought was a pretty good idea. And being able to, just go and snatch some chips or candies if you need to. Although I would just end up eating them regardless. They would be empty within about 20 minutes of me going, like, hanging up on my wall. It'd be bad. But the thing I thought was really cool about this one was what he does later in the video to the glass. So I guess he had seen a video. Somebody was doing doing something with stainless steel in the laser, and so I guess what you do is you just put the glass over a piece of stainless steel, and you run the laser on it, and the whatever it is, the soot or whatever from hitting the stainless, like, embeds itself into the glass. It's not etching it into the glass, like it's almost like a coating onto the glass.
Melts it onto it.
Yeah, and I thought that was really neat. He does run into an issue where I think it like fused itself to the glass there a little bit, and but yeah, you can, if you go, Sean, if you go back like another like 5-10 seconds, it'll show it running. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so he's got like the stainless underneath of it, and he was doing like a test piece there of on some glass, just trying it out. And it like doesn't rub off either. It's completely like in the glass. It's black, obviously, from the soot. But he cleans it up, is pretty aggressive with it, and it doesn't come off. And I mean, look how nice that looks.
That looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you put a decal on it. Harry's asking if it's a diode or CO2. He did that on a fiber laser. Yeah, I don't know which one it was right offhand. I can't remember. I think he does say it in the video, but yeah, look how nice that turns out.
Now, if you don't have a fiber, you can get the same results if you use a Cerakote.
Yeah.
Or if you use titanium oxide, titanium oxide and alcohol. You mix them together and you put a coat on there, and it does the same thing, and it's easier to clean up than the paint is.
Yeah, and some of your paints do have. Yeah, Ceramark just washes right off the water.
Yeah.
But then you like Paul said, you can use white paint too. There's certain paints that have that in it.
what you look for is titanium oxide in
Yeah.
the paint. But you can buy titanium oxide powder, and then you just mix it with alcohol and spray it on there or paint it on there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
That's
Yes.
slick though.
yeah, so that this is like the final piece of glass here, but you see how he's got it like taped down and got blocks and all that. He's suspecting that that's why it it stuck to the to it, and like if you notice on that test piece, he had like a lighter area, and I think that's probably the same
Where it
reason
stuck.
why. So I'd really like to see somebody do some more testing with this that had a good video, one of these machines.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I sent him an email about it. I said, hey, you should try messing around with this stuff. Get some good settings. But look how that functions. I mean, that's pretty cool. Like watching all the
residues.
the residue just kind of move away from it and all that. So,
It is neat how that works, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, passing the one of the coolest things is it's passing through the glass.
Yeah.
So I want to. Did he say the frequency he was running it at?
I don't think he does.
Sean, you got to buy one of those. I can't
No,
afford
no,
it,
no,
but
no,
you
no, no,
can.
no, 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 no. I wish I could. No, I've got my own tech I got to take care of first.
Yeah.
Just sell
After
a few
that,
more modules.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
like 100. Take a
Yeah.
lot of modules.
So I'm guessing that it was just compressed too much. But I'm wondering like like what the differences would be like if you raised it up like a millimeter or two, or like how does the distance away from the glass make any difference,
Right.
and stuff like that.
Hey, Steve is out in the chat, so we could give him a challenge to try that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
pretty cool. And then they use this fiber then to do
This is
the
the coolest part
engraves on the inside the parts too.
on
Cool.
a 3D print.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know you could do that.
You can't get any cooler than that. Well, the coolest thing, you're changing your frequencies for the material.
Yeah. So it turned out pretty neat. I dig it. When I was at the store today, I saw a bag of Sour Patch Kids. And I was like, damn it. No, that made me want some Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. So it turned out pretty good. I wish you would have done the box in a different color so that it was, more.
You could see the writing.
Yeah. But, it is what it is.
Good.
Yeah. So, but it was a pretty cool project. Oh. Sorry, that's a dog alarm. So, yeah, but pretty fun project. So, all right, well, we'll move on to the next one then. We got Mr. Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton Dilbeck brought out his video for this month, and it was 8 projects for the kitchen. And all the files for all these projects are on CNC with me. And although that looked like dog food, it was actually Reese Puffs cereal. That one was a candy dispenser. I love that bamboo material that he's using. That stuff is so cool looking, and it makes the products look so very much high end, I think.
And it's food safe.
Yeah. So it's very, very cool stuff.
I feel we have a theme going on. Were you hungry when you were going through some of these videos?
I'm 350 pounds, man. I'm always hungry. Yeah. Then another project was the a coffee rack. He also did a deviled egg platter. A big lazy Susan. I thought the lazy Susan was pretty cool. I mean, even as an art piece in the middle of a table, that'd be kind of cool. There he is running his Onefinity for that one. He also shows his alt mill a couple times in this video too. And a wine rack, I think. Yeah, he does a wine rack. The wine rack was pretty sweet. It's stackable, with some pieces and all that.
That's a slick piece right there.
Yeah, that turned out really cool. And if you're part of CNC with me, you get all these files. It's all part of CNC with me. So if you're interested in checking out that community, it's more than just getting files. They have all kinds of stuff over there. They have chat board and all that stuff for different things for CNC. It's a really cool community. They do working with VCarve or Fusion 360 and stuff like that too. And they have like a help desk that they do every week, stuff like that. So, cncwithme.com is where you need to check that out at. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was a cool bunch of projects there. Oh, the banana thing. Do you ever hear about bananas last longer if you put the stem in water?
That's the very first time I have ever heard of it. I mean, I've heard of hanging them versus keeping them in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Because plastic bags will cause them to turn fast. Definitely don't put them in a fridge. But yeah, that's the first time I've heard of the water bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try it personally.
Yeah, evidently it works out pretty well. I thought that was a cool looking project too, like using the banana outline for it was a pretty cool idea.
Like I said, and you definitely know what it's for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it's not for doing bracelets.
Right.
And somebody reminded me what that stuff was called, that bamboo stuff. It's called BAMX is what that material is that he's using. Don't know what happened to that. There. Who was it? Oh, there you go. Andy. Andy said is BAMX.
BAMX.
That's called. Thanks for the reminder there, Andy. Appreciate that, buddy. So good deal. It's always good to see Mr. Hamilton. He's on a different video schedule this year. He's doing one video a month instead of every week. And I'm guessing that they're going to be more this style videos, not where he's showing you how to make stuff, but things that you could make and you can get the files from CNC with me. So
that's pretty cool.
That's my impression of what he's been doing here.
Well, there's that egg tray you're talking about earlier.
Yeah. And I think the 12, I would almost say you want to do an odd number of deviled eggs.
Like
on your egg tray. Yeah, because if you're making them, you're going to have an extra, and what are you going to do with the extra one? You're going to eat it. And then you're not tempted to eat one on the way to wherever it is that you're taking the eggs. And then, it doesn't look out of place. But if you have an odd number one, you're forced to eat one before you can finish.
So it ought to be 9 or 11.
Or more, maybe 32, 33, like that. I don't know.
Well, I can guarantee you there'd be a few gone before. Yeah, if I was to take it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking, for me, I'd like an odd number so that I was forced to eat one on the way.
Well, he's got that space in the center to put the.
Yeah, you can put more in there.
Overruns.
I'm not gonna have to. I saw somebody deep fry the eggs, the white part.
Yeah,
they breaded it, and then after they fried that, then they put the yolk in, with the mixture stuff.
Yeah.
It looks so freaking good.
It's kind of making me hungry.
I mean, like an artery clogger good.
Yeah, see, look, Harry's saying Harry's right there with me. Look, he always boils 13, so he can at least get 12 good ones. So,
Yeah.
if you split one or whatever, you're good, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it makes sense to me. Scottish eggs, yeah.
Just
So,
don't drink beer with them.
yeah. Oof. Oh, all right. Well, let's keep on moving then. We'll next one we'll go to is the 3D printing nerd, Mr. Joel Telling. So in this video, he's not making anything or anything like that. He's actually just kind of showing us something that we kind of already know. That unfortunately happens in the whole hobby scene quite often, and that's that people are stealing models and then selling them.
Yeah.
I mean, like he was looking at I guess on Facebook or something, one of these companies that says, "Here we have all these models that you can download for $5 or whatever it is," and it's just a whole bunch of stolen stuff. So
And the cool part is they like on this particular site, they give you
yeah,
a sample pack.
that was what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's all the
Every
sample pack was everything was stolen out of it.
every one of 100% of them.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
it's too bad. Well, and it happens in not just 3D printing stuff, but it also happens in the CNC and all woodworking stuff. Like there's that oh man, what is the name? Uh, Dave has been the man on.
Ted's Woodworking.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
And it shows up on there, and it's like, oh, thanks for using my video. Yeah. All this.
I found like my plane hangers. Yeah, I found other people selling them and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, hold on, back the card up. It's not yours.
So yeah. Who's Hal's got it. 16,000 plans. Yeah, who's making? Where that stuff is stolen out of there.
Well, and the cool part, like you said, is some of them are from Patreons.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. I mean, that's blatant theft there.
Oh yeah, it sure is. So it's pretty crazy, but it's unfortunate that people do this type of stuff. So try to support the people that actually make the files, I guess is what I'm saying. But I get it. It's hard to when I can get all these for $5, or I can go spend $5 and buy the one. I get it, but still, the reason that these people are doing it is because people support them.
Yeah.
So get after it, people.
The cool part is people sometimes doing it, not knowing they're doing it, and hopefully this wakes them up.
Yeah, or realizing that they're all just stolen models.
A good possibility of it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll move on from that one. If I don't think I've already said it, but if you're interested in seeing any of these videos, there are links in the description of this video to these other videos, and so you don't have to go search them out. It's real simple to find. So go down there and throw a like if you haven't already. But the CNC Labs did a good video this week. They've actually put out a couple videos this week, but this one was pretty cool. This was is it cheaper to make it yourself or to buy it? And so he goes through a couple of different projects that he's made personally for himself or his wife or anybody else, and shows you what it would take to just go buy one or what it take to make it yourself, including the money for the time that you spent doing it. And if they worked out well, like his fishing lures, they were kind of garbage from what he was saying. He also made a guitar, and a guitar like the one that he made would be thousands and thousands of dollars. But he made it himself.
But the one thing he says about the lures, which is perfect, is he didn't make anything, but he got his family involved.
Yeah,
time spent.
fun.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, there's gives and takes.
Oh yeah. So and there he's sitting on the alt mill. That was one of the other videos that they put out this week. They did a live on about the unveiling of the alt mill 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put out like a little promo video about the alt mill 2x4. So I tried to watch the live stream one, but I couldn't do it. It was a bad setup. It didn't work out too well from what the few minutes that I was watching it. I couldn't do it. But yeah, the alt mill 2x4 is coming. I think we were talking about that last week, and it's like in April, I think, is when they're actually shipping them. So
I would trade my 2x3 Laguna for that.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat for the 2x4.
Oh yeah,
the gantry spans the whole 4 foot.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
Yeah. So it cool machine. I mean, still, and it's inexpensive for what you're getting.
Yeah, 33.89.
I think it's right. Yeah,
with the spindle.
Yeah,
27 without.
It sounds about right. Yeah. So
I haven't looked at it at all.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Yep.
Not at all. So, but cool machines. All right. Next one is oh, look at that! It's Mr. Ventari and Mr. Steve that's out there in the chat. Hi, Steve. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. Steve was making this week. He was doing some. He's been quite under the weather after he went out to Vegas with the Clack Shack, and then got Cody and his family sick.
At least he shared.
I'm just giving him a hard time. I don't know Steve well enough to give him a hard time like I do, but I do it anyway. But I hope he realizes that I'm just playing with him. Yeah, he was using the Com Marker, I think is the name of that laser, and he was engraving stainless steel little tins for his wife's knitting stuff. But the thing I thought was pretty interesting was I don't understand. Like, I've never used one of these lasers before. He purposely brought it about 3 millimeters out of focus, and I kind of get what that does, but I don't like. I understand what that does for. He got his dad sick too. Oh man, you were batting a million, dude. But I'd like to see a little more explanation on why things are done like that. Like, I mean, I get it on a CO2 laser of some things, but on the MOPA style lasers or fiber lasers, whatever you call them, it'd be nice to. I need to learn more about them, I guess, is in general. But yeah, some pretty cool things that he was engraving in there. Some of the stuff worked out well, some of it didn't. But it just goes to show, when you're designing something, it might look really cool on paper, but in reality, it's not going to work out too well. Like the font had too thin of a line to it or something like that, and really didn't show up well on a couple of them. But on other ones like that one that he was just showing, worked out really good.
What's wild is it? Let's see if I can bring it up here. As you can see it, the indentation.
Yeah,
in the tin.
Yeah, where it warped it or
something. Yeah, getting it hot.
Yeah, that's like it gets warm.
Pretty sweet.
Very cool.
I would
love to play with one laser.
So tomorrow night on both Ventari channel and also on the Clack Shack channel, They do a show at 8 o'clock Eastern to usually around 9:30, and do all kinds of like laser question and answer and stuff like that. So I'm would like to know more about that type of stuff on there. So
Well, and
I'll
the
probably
cool
be asking those questions tomorrow night.
and the coolest thing is when you look at it, these guys have had more hands-on with more equipment.
Yeah,
Definitely more than I have. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
CO2, yeah, but not
See,
this.
there's an example of why, like one of the ones that didn't turn out really well because the lines were too thin on the font there. Yeah, there you go. See how thin the lines were.
Still looks good.
Yeah, oh yeah, it still looks good. Um, but if you're standing back from it,
Yeah.
you're not gonna. I mean, you're gonna know what it is because you made it, but a thicker font would have worked better for that one. So, but cool deal. But yeah, tune into those guys on Sunday night and hang out. I'll probably be in the chat. I usually get onto Steve's. Watch on Steve's channel because his channel has the lower amount of people in the chat. So, but good times. It all feeds through the same place, though.
Yeah.
So good times. Keep it up, Steve. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, well, we'll move on to the next one. So, first time that we've shown Matthias on here. Matthias is an old school woodworker YouTube person. If you've ever made any of the gears or wooden gears or anything, it's because of Matthias. But he evidently hates CNCs. He's not he's not a fan of them. And then Vivor or one of those companies sent him some linear rails, so he decided to make a CNC. Kind of a makeshift looking thing. I mean, he's got like 2x4s on the side and stuff like that. So, I mean,
Cartesian style.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's I don't know. Okay.
Well, he could have saved a little trouble and got a Gatton CNC kit.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, the thing I don't understand about him is like he's like, I don't like CNCs. Then why are you building one? And like, I mean, it's kind of just thrown together, really. I mean, but whatever. I mean,
Well, he did though. He built one.
Yeah. So, I kind of liked his router mount. The router mount was kind of neat. But anyway, yeah. And I don't know why you need the bumpers that he was putting in there. That really didn't make any sense to me either. But like, okay, you're not going to run it 300 miles an hour around. You're using a little itty bitty Bosch router. I mean, it can't cut that fast. Okay. So, but whatever. Yeah, he made that. All right, we'll move on. Felt like I should bring it up.
I give him kudos for making one. Yeah. Some of the things are a little different, but you know what? Kudos.
I'm almost doubting that thing's still together right now.
Oh, hey, it's going back to the gears.
Yeah. So, but whatever. Yep. We were just talking about Steve. Now we'll talk about Dave over there at the Clack Shack. Dave's been using this. I
want that
Omni One laser. It's a UV laser, and that thing is sweet. Man, that thing is ridiculous.
When he cuts the glass, apparently you can't see with your eyes. I mean, that's why the safety glasses. But it shows up on the video, and it's this really killer blue.
Yeah, yeah. The whole glass turns blue. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And he's showing how he's doing
how he hooks it up.
Yeah, everything's all set up in there.
Dude, and his foot switch for it. I mean, this is set for nonstop.
Yep,
it's
a great setup for production.
Oh, dude,
Just click and go.
The foot pedal. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing I like the most about this video, I think, is the rotary. If you
Yeah.
notice, the rotary's not flat. The rotary's at an angle. I guess it tilts, so you can get the surface of the glass and all that as flat as you can to the
surface of the laser.
I guess normal to the laser.
Yeah.
Is the correct terminology for that?
Perpendicular.
Yeah. So it's but yeah, when I was watching the video the first time, I was like, man, that thing is cool.
He's got it fired up. There we
Oh
go.
yeah, there it is. They call it glowing.
Just how the camera picks it up is a trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's another laser. Definitely wear those glasses.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, you don't see it. You wouldn't notice it if you didn't see the camera.
Yep.
But your eyes are, you're burning them. But it's so cool.
I think I would have wanted an enclosure. I know, I know me, and I would not be. I know that I would be walking around without the glasses on and stuff, like working and all that. I would have to put it in some sort of enclosure. Otherwise, I'd be blind.
If the one thing though, like he's doing, it's just what do you say? It takes not even a minute and a half,
Yeah.
a couple minutes. So you're not really moving. You're grabbing one, replacing it, cut it, or engraving it,
Yeah.
and then just as he'd say, rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Well, still, I mean, I'd rather open a door and put it in there, because I know I'd get annoyed with the glasses.
Well, look at him though. I mean,
yeah, it's really sweet.
Where's his glasses? He's got them on.
Yeah,
and they're actually cool looking glasses. There they are. They're on his head there. There we go. It reminds me of an Avenger or something, I'm trying to get a good view of those glasses. But no, there you go. Even I think you can get those where you can use them with like the CO2 along with the UV and others.
Yeah.
But
but look at that glass glow. It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Almost looks like lightning.
Yeah. Ooh. Fun times. But yeah, that turned out pretty awesome. That laser is expensive as all can be.
Yeah.
But for the size that it can engrave, but it's pretty awesome.
Well, the other thing is, if you look at that particular laser, the way you talked about it, your CO2 fractures the glass.
Yeah.
Right. So it literally just chips away at the glass, to where this does not. So I'm kind of curious if it like melts the glass, because it's going to frost it.
Yeah, like on a molecular level.
Yeah. But it's really cool. He said it's nice and smooth. So there's no, when you're done, you're done. There's no.
Yeah, there's no post process on it.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool to get a hold of Nathan Builds Robots has like one of those crazy macro lenses that he can get really, really in on.
Oh yeah.
It would be kind of cool to see like an engraving on glass or whatever under that magnification to really see what is going on.
Hey Dave, there's your excuse for that really cool zoom lens.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Jerry's saying out there saying the jaws grabbing the glass, be careful or it'll break it. Dave was even talking about in the video where you've got to just get it just tight enough that it's holding it. You're not really trying to crank down on it at all, because you'll crush it.
I would not let my nephew do something like that.
Yeah.
Beyond torque.
Yep. Yeah, it's just snug enough to go. I guess is the name of the game on that thing. There he goes. Bloop, look, going. Pretty awesome. Good times. We got one. Oh, there it is. Look at that thing at the angle. That's pretty sweet.
It's a
Yeah.
neat truck, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's adjustable. That's the
Yeah.
coolest.
Cool.
Put a motor on that one axis, you could have what would it be, 5-axis?
There you go. There you go. So, all right. Well, we got one more regular video here that we'll do a quick chat about. And that's from our buddy Mr. Dave Gatton. Dave reached into his drawer of upgrades and unleashed the 10-watt diode onto the Nemo Labs machine. Pretty simple setup on it. You just take off the router and put the plate on the laser and throw it on there and go after it. Pretty good setup on it. And then the funny thing is in talking to Dave about this, it's not the same center point as the router. So he went ahead and made an adapter for the router the next day. So you can just drop it into.
And that video is out now today.
Oh, did he put one out on
Yes,
it?
he did. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that one yet.
It just came out.
Okay. So it good little project though for it. I like that idea.
For
makes sense.
For this size of a machine, I think it's awesome, especially with this adapter.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to take the machine apart. You just slip
Yeah.
the laser in.
You don't have to retram it or anything else. You
No.
just go.
And when you look at it, the size of this bed, versus, just getting a diode laser and then a CNC router.
Mhm.
Usually dual purpose tools I'm not a fan of, but this works out really good.
Yeah. Well, I made this little one for my diode was on my CNC, and I use it for making the maker marks on projects. Something well, even before I had the big guy here, it was just it's slow. Using these are slow, much slower than like a cabinet style. But if you're doing a maker mark or something that's really small anyway, I mean it's not that big of a deal. But I thought that's where something like this little guy here really shines in its value, because it's easy to work with at that size.
Oh yeah. Well, and then you look at the Nemo Labs, the footprint, you don't need the big one. You get a nice, comfortable size.
Yeah.
If you live in a small house or you have a small shop or an apartment, I could see getting away with the Nemo Labs, having your CNC router, and now you also have a laser for it too.
Yep.
The coolest thing I noticed is it already comes set up. All you have to do is literally plug it in.
Yeah.
There's no adapters, no nothing for it. It's ready to roll.
Yep. Yeah, there's already a place on the controller for it to plug into and get after it.
But the only thing they don't sell is what did you say? They don't sell the air assist?
Yeah,
air pump.
Yeah, it's got a place for the air assist on the nozzle, but they don't actually sell a air pump for it.
Nemo Labs got to get on the ball.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah.
But nice little laser.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, got one more video for us this week, and it's my Now for Something Different video. These pop up on my feed once in a while. These little diecast races of different sorts, they show up and they're fun to watch. But this guy was really talking about his diorama and like goes through how he started his channel. Basically, that's all this channel is he sets up like Matchbox cars essentially and shoots a video of them racing down this track, and he calls it Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
And because that's around where he lives at, and it's a pretty cool setup. It's been a lot of time creating this thing. The detail to it is pretty awesome. I don't know what happens to them once they go into the tunnel at the end, but um,
Yeah, because let's see. I think he shows a brief make while he's making it. Is it there?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
assuming it just drops off behind.
maybe.
Where is it?
It's a pretty cool diorama stuff, and like how he built it. There, yeah. Look at all the materials that he's using cardboard. He's using tinfoil, all kinds of plaster and stuff like that. And then he was talking about like how he made the grass and stuff. I thought that was pretty interesting. Um,
Just like a train diorama.
yeah. The lights I thought was really cool too. Those are USB like reading lights, and he uses them as street lights, so he can do the videos of like daytime racing and nighttime racing and stuff like that. But man, what a cool setup that is.
Still kids at heart.
Yeah, yeah. My wife would. Well, thankfully she never comes down here, so she doesn't see all my toys. But yeah, his track is all 3D printed stuff. I guess he's bought it from somebody that makes 3D printed Hot Wheels. Yeah, so thought that's pretty neat and kind of fits in with what we do. But I like how it's not individual lanes, like it's all open, so cars can pass each other, I guess, or whatever as they go down. But there was a lot of testing that went into it. So the cars would survive the trip down the track and not go flying off every corner.
Oh, and the wild thing is you think of it that way, and he started from the bottom up.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like just testing it as he went.
Yep.
So, and then created the scenery behind it. And he did like he has a town at the bottom that they go through. And it looks like most of that stuff's all 3D printed. He says he only made one of the buildings, but he's bought all the other ones. So I'm guessing that it's most of that is probably 3D printed from what it looks like. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. Pretty wild setup, but the videos that he does on it are pretty neat. Like he's got stoplights or countdown lights and stuff like that.
Is that one car running backwards?
Yeah, it's like spun out.
You gotta admit it's a guy thing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's got a cool bridge at the top. That's pretty neat. Like, yeah, the starts are electronically done, and it's got like a timer at the end and stuff. It's pretty neat. Like high tech Pinewood Derby.
High tech Hot Wheels.
Yeah, but the overall view of that track is pretty wild. He's got tunnels in it and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I can't imagine how much time he's got wrapped into making that. So, but pretty awesome. Well, that was all that I had for us this evening. We'll get back over here, and yeah, Harry says over there, I'm a fan of the enclosures. Yeah, me too. Wade says, put that behind a 75-inch TV so I could watch the video. Yeah. That's probably the only way that I wouldn't be staring at it as it was going. So, but oh well. Yeah, tonight was the Royal Rumble. The men's Royal Rumble for WWE was starting right as we were going on. So I don't know what. Well, it's probably still going on right now. But the women's one was earlier in the show, and they had some cool surprises came out, and that was pretty pretty fun to watch. But we'll catch up on the men's one tomorrow. But Mr. Paul Corliss, you got anything else for us tonight, buddy?
I got nothing else.
Thanks for participating.
Thanks for thanking me.
My pleasure, buddy. My pleasure.
I got to make another roach clip, so
Yeah, you got to keep busy. Her friends are going to want to be able to fix their bracelets too.
Yep.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, probably will.
Oh, lordy, guys.
What about you, Sean? You got anything else for us this evening? You got your show on
Tuesday?
Wednesday or Tuesday?
Well, Tuesday I'm going to do the laser, working with the laser. That's still going on. So Tuesday about 10:30, I think, is when I'm going to be doing that.
Sounds
and
like
then
it's on fire.
Wednesdays, pardon?
Sounds like it's getting on fire.
Smoke signals.
Yeah. I'll send the smoke signals. I'll do that all day long. And then Wednesday, it's 10 o'clock, late morning coffee with Klondike. And there we talk about trains and good stuff.
Nice. Very nice. Good deal.
And you?
For me, I got another video I need to film. Today I was supposed to be working on a video, and my wife and I decided to go out to breakfast this morning, and she wanted to stop and show me this couch that she had seen for our place in South Carolina, because the couch that we have there is like sitting on a cardboard box. It's horrible, and so we're gonna get a new couch for down there, and she saw this one that was at Big Lots, which is kind of like, I don't know, they're going out of business, and they have good sales on everything. So she wanted to stop and look at that there, but we get there and we're walking around the store, and I happen to see this sign. I made a big mistake pointing out this sign. And the sign was a picture of a pergola, and it was a 10 by 13 foot pergola thing. Turns out it was solid wood and all that stuff, but it said that it was $1,400, and then it was marked down to $700. And they said, hey, check out the stuff or here's the specs for it online. And so I pulled it up, and online it shows it's $2,400 pergola. And I'm like, hey, this wouldn't be bad for right outside the back door, like on the patio. Better than me having to build one. And so she was like, oh, well, okay, well, we can get it. I said, well, let's go back home. They've got 5 of them evidently. So let's go back home, and we'll look at the patio and make sure it would fit okay out there and all that stuff, and we'll come back. I mean, they only have a little sign out for it, so it's not like anybody else is going to really know about this or pay much attention to it. And so she told her parents about it, and her parents were like, oh, well, we're getting in the truck and we're coming down right now. So we're like, well, we got to go home and drop some stuff off, and we'll come back. So we ended up going back, and they bought 3 of them. And we got one, and he's going to use it for like his tractor and stuff like that, and one for their patio and stuff. And then her brother-in-law is like, what are you guys doing? And my wife tells him, and then he's like, well, I want one too. So then it became a hunt for more of these stupid things over the day. And he actually went to a place about an hour away from here, where evidently they had 4. So, he went to go pick up like 2 more, but whatever.
I can't beat the price.
Yeah. And it's cedar. It's a cedar construction, like 6x6s, and then it's got like a metal roof on it and stuff. So it should look pretty nice whenever I have time to put it up, when it's not 30-40 degrees outside. So it sounds like I'll be putting up several of them, but whatever. Yeah,
you'll be quite efficient at it.
Yeah. I'll do the other ones before I do mine. That way, I don't even have to look at directions at that point. But yeah, so then we'll. I didn't get to shoot my video that I was going to work on today, but so hopefully maybe I can get that done tomorrow and get that out. So, all right, party people. Well, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Making It Up as we go. Hope you guys all had a great time. We'll be back next week, and we'll keep at it. If you like this setup and all that, let us know in the chat, and we'll keep it. If not, we'll throw it in the trash and try something different. and maybe I can actually make something else. We'll get a little more. We get 1% better every week. That's all we can try. So maybe next week I'll actually get it to transition from the countdown to this or something. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Whatever. It's craziness.
It's all in fun.
Yeah, it's all fun. So, all right. Well, you all have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Peace out, sauerkraut.